President Trump and Elon Musk, through the Department of Government Efficiency, has absolutely exposed the Democrat, bureaucrat, deep state wasteful spending. And it hasn't even been a full week. It hasn't even been a full week since Musk got access to these records. And now, like we talked about in our previous video on all the wasteful spending that's been uncovered from Usaid, like $15 million for condoms to the Taliban, $3.3 million for being LGBTQ in the Caribbean. Like, what the hell does that even mean? And millions of dollars in other wasteful spending. But guess what? If you're new here, drop down below, hit that notification button. Don't ever miss another video from our channel. And if you like the content that we're putting out, drop down below, hit that like button. We really appreciate it. It helps us reach more and more people. But now, let's get into it. There have been a couple egregious examples of waste by the Biden administration that went to fund radical left-wing media companies like Politico and the New York Times. And now, apparently, after that funding has been paused, Politico, coincidentally, one of the companies that received $32 million in U.S. aid, they received $9.6 million alone in 2024, can't make payroll. They can't make frickin' payroll. Like, what a joke. There's an email that's been circulated on Twitter that says, Golly and I, and this is from, obviously, higher-ups at Politico, I want to address this morning's payroll issue directly. Due to what we believe to be a technical error, employees did not receive their paychecks as scheduled. We understand the urgency of this matter and sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. Our team is working diligently with our system vendors and the bank to identify the root cause and implement a solution as quickly as possible. Well, you know, if the root cause is the fact that your funding got paused from USAID, I don't think there's going to be a quick fix to that, because President Trump and Elon Musk are going to slash that fund, and they're going to slash it. And I hope they do. Because apparently, Politico received $32 million from USAID. And now we find out that the FDA, for 37 subscriptions, paid Politico $500,000 for 37 Politico Pro subscriptions for 37 users. They paid $517,855. What a freaking joke. And if this report is true, that they can't make payroll, that this wasn't just aid. Like, if they can't make payroll, and we don't have any direct evidence right now, but if it's a coincidence though, that these are just right next to it. They just happen in line. Oh, we pause all this funding to you and now you can't make payroll. But this wasn't just aid. If true, wasn't just aid that's going to supplement Politico. It was a huge funding source for Politico, because now they cannot make payroll, because they aren't getting their handouts from U.S. aid. And like we saw here, they received this email here. It's a technical error that the salaries weren't dispersed. But do you really believe that? Do you really believe that it was just a coincidence at the same time that USAID has paused most of its funding to allow President Trump and Elon Musk to review all funding to make sure it aligns with the priorities of the U.S.? It's at the same time that a, quote, technical error causes Politico to miss payroll. And like I said, we don't have any direct connection between the two as of right now, and hopefully we find some direct connection between the two, because this would be just a huge scandal. A huge scandal. The only thing it'd be second to was the media's cover-up of Biden's decline while he was in office. They told us all the Democrat politicians, the mainstream media, they all told us that Biden is in tip-top shape, at the peak of his mental clarity. And it wasn't until Biden completely embarrassed them on the national stage when he got on a debate stage with President Trump in June of last year. It wasn't until he absolutely flailed and embarrassed everybody who'd been defending him that that he truly was in mental decline. But this could only be second to that at this point, which really brings into question editorial independence. If Politico is receiving millions and millions of dollars a year from the Biden administration, there is a huge conflict of interest when it comes to the impartiality of their reporting. Because as we know, Politico was one of the major news networks that endlessly pushed that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation, which we later found out in a whistleblower testimony that in October of 2020, the same time when these mainstream media outlets were pushing this lie, and the 51 intelligence officers were pushing this lie, the FBI already knew that the laptop was authentic and owned by Hunter Biden. Now, if you have a journalist or a company that's receiving money from the government, do you think they're going to think twice before publishing a piece that is critical of that same administration that is paying their bills, that's covering their payroll? Now, we need to be able to trust a news outlet when they say they're unbiased. We need to know that it isn't just a smokescreen to blow smoke up our ass. Because let's differentiate something here. There is a difference between a news outlet that says they're impartial, that says that they are unbiased, that they're going to report the news, and then they turn around and spew partisan viewpoints and claim that it is, quote, the truth. There's a difference between that, like the New York Times. They claim they're impartial. They claim that they have, journalist integrity, that they have editorial independence. It's different than a company like the Daily Wire. The Daily Wire clearly states that they are not impartial. They are opinionated and they are not afraid to share their opinion. They never say that their reporting or their news is impartial or is unbiased. They specifically claim that their reporting has a conservative spin on all of it. And that's fine. If you want to be a conservative or a liberal media outlet, go ahead. That's wonderful. Cater to your audiences. But don't lie to us and say that you're impartial and then spew that bullcrap on us. Because there is a huge difference on how they brand themselves. And people like Ben Shapiro at the Daily Wire specifically say that they are not impartial about it, that they bring conservative news. It's just a shame what these people do. And to even look deeper on some of this wasteful spending. $32 million to Politico, but look at this. $3 million to the New York Times. And also, roughly, $3.2 million to the BBC. The second largest funder of the BBC was Usaid. What a joke. So they can push their left-wing liberal media lunacy. It is just ridiculous. This is obviously something we're going to need to dig into a lot. This has just come out in the past couple days, and we need more evidence, more details. What was the collusion between the two? What was there? Why are we paying $500,000 for 37 Politico subscriptions? Because last I checked, let's look. We don't want the funding issues. Let's just look at Politico. Let's see how much a pro subscription is. See if we can learn. Do they? Doesn't look like they have it published out here. What a joke. Well, maybe in some crazy off world, 37? Let's look at a calculator. Let's see. Let's do $517,000, and we're going to divide that by the 37. So you're telling me it's cost $13,000, almost $14,000 for a pro subscription? What a joke. What an absolute joke. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are on Politico taking this money and now they can't make payroll. What are your thoughts on the New York Times and the BBC getting all of this money from Usaid? Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this. Until next time, my friends.